This is the animation I created. It turned out well and I'm happy with it, but it's not my idea. I saw the original and wanted to recreate it, and I copied the core movement. So technically it's stolen. But here's the twist. I'm going to show you how to turn something like this into real work, not copying, something that feels like inspiration instead. Well, the first step to becoming original is to create your own character, because once you control the character, you control everything it does. To build a character, you need a lot of reference images. Then it's about choosing the ones that match the perspective you're working with. Once the character is chosen, it's time to separate the layers we're going to animate. Photoshop's basic tools are a great way to prepare everything before bringing it into After Effects. In After Effects, we are color labeling layers to recognize them. And one of the best ways to rig a character is using null objects. With this, we can easily control every part of the body while animating. For example, head layers should have their own null, otherwise you would have to animate multiple layers separately. Body and arms also get their own nulls, and to control everything at once, we add another null on top and parent all the control nulls to it. Another key part is fixing anchor points before thinking about any keyframes. Always place them where the joints naturally are, based on anatomy. For smoother rotation, it's better to prepare assets in Photoshop with curved or circular endings at the joints, because that's the only way an elbow or knee will rotate cleanly. No guesswork here, so don't avoid it. Some layers are already dependent on others. For example, the wrist. The wrist should be parented to the arm layer, because when we animate the arm, the wrist naturally follows. That's why we use nulls for full control instead of forcing direct parenting chains. The fun part is this. Once everything is connected to nulls, you animate the nulls themselves with keyframes. But you can still go inside and adjust individual layers whenever needed. And that's what makes everything way easier. After this, it's just rigging the body movements with the most basic After Effects features. In my case, I completely copied the original movement, which actually made it easier to understand how the rig works. Now the question remains. How do you actually make this original? Simple. Design your own scene, because anything you build on top of an existing idea will always carry the shadow of the original rig, unless you break away from it and continue the story in your own direction. Again, it's simple. You find a target to steal from, then you don't copy it, you translate it into your own vision, and that's the shift. At that point, it stops being a copy. It becomes interpretation. And this version, it can easily be seen as inspired, not stolen.